Hello, this is Dr. Josh, physical therapist. In this video, we're going to be breaking down 5 ways for farmers to decrease the risk of developing chronic pain. This can also be directed at those who are currently suffering from pain. These are going to be different things that you can implement today that are going to decrease the risk of your pain getting worse. So the first way that farmers can decrease the risk of developing chronic pain is to try to live life as normal as possible after an injury or a flare-up. So, for example, if you're out working and you tweak your back or tweak a muscle, it's important to try and normalize activities as much as possible after these injuries. So, it's pretty common for people to want to rest, take a couple days off, completely stop their normal routine. This is what we want to try and limit. It's okay if you have to back off from certain activities, but we want to try and be as active and live our life as normal as possible after these injuries. So, for example, if you injured yourself working, if you can get back to 50 or 60% of your normal routine, that's better than completely stopping working altogether. So, again, it's important to try and live your life as normal as possible after an injury or a flare-up. Second reason or second way we're going to help decrease the risk of developing chronic pain is to try to find ways to move and be active after an injury. So this can include going for a walk or doing light exercises or different light movements after an injury. So it's important to try and not rest for too long. It's important to continue to move and continue to be active, as this is ultimately going to help you achieve your goals in the long term. Third way to help decrease risk of chronic pain is to try and limit over resting, and we want to not rely too heavily on pain medications, especially after a couple days following these injuries. So, for example, if you really injure yourself and you cannot move, it's okay to rest and it's okay to take some pain medications that first day, but after that we want to try and get moving. We want to get off those pain medications and be active, as this is ultimately going to help you get back to your normal self, and this is also going to lead to the greatest outcome in terms of your function. Fourth way we're going to help decrease risk of chronic pain is to try to remind ourselves to stay positive and limit negative thoughts regarding our pain. So we've discussed this in previous videos in the past. Our mindset plays a big role in our pain and also plays a big role in developing chronic pain. So if we can stay positive and think positively when we are discussing movements or thinking about our pain, if we can remain positive, this is going to help lead to the highest level of function and ultimately decrease your risk of developing chronic pain. On the flip side of this, negative thoughts can often make your pain worse, especially in the long run. So if any movement or any exercise, if you immediately think it's going to cause damage or it's going to cause you more pain, and you just prevent yourself from doing these things altogether, this is going to ultimately make your pain worse in the long run. So again, it's important to stay positive when thinking about our pain and our injuries. And the fifth way we're going to help decrease the risk of chronic pain, kind of ties back into the fourth point, but it's constantly remembering that you will get better. 95% of these injuries involving the low back are ultimately not serious. They're not going to require surgery, and they're not going to require anything beyond exercise and improving our mindfulness and other different daily habits that we can implement into our normal routine. So again, if we can focus on achieving these things actively, you will likely get better. So again, it's important to stay positive. You're going to get better after these injuries. These things are going to happen, but as stated, we can overcome these through exercise, through changing our routines, changing our habits. All of these things are going to help improve our function. They're going to decrease our pain, and it's also going to decrease your risk of developing chronic pain in the long run. So again, in this video, we broke down 5 ways to decrease your risk of chronic pain. This is directed those for farmers. as this is a common population that experiences chronic pain, especially in the low back. So again, if you guys have any questions or anything regarding the risk factors for developing chronic pain, make sure you drop a comment in the comment section down below. As always, it's appreciated when you guys like these videos and subscribe to our content. That way we can reach as many people as possible. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in and watching.